Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Scott, you said in a PCMA website post from February 14th, 2023, quote, "We can once again state unequivocally the independent pharmacy market is stable," correct? That's what you said in that post, correct?
That sounds correct, yes, sir.
Sir, according to the FTC, as well as Fortune magazine, the number of independent pharmacies has gone down from 23,000 in 2010 to about 19,000 right before the pandemic, and it hasn't done that much better since. Mr. Chancey, I see in your testimony you say PBMs wreak havoc on independent pharmacies' financial health. Isn't that right?
That's correct.
And one of the main reasons are what are called DIR fees, direct and indirect remuneration fees, correct?
Yes, sir.
And those often amount to fees that basically claw back any amounts of money that were paid to the pharmacies to dispense drugs in the first place, right? According to the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid, CMS estimates that fees, DIR fees, have gone up by 91,500% between 2010 and 2019. You don't disagree with that, right? And Ms. Riley, that doesn't contribute to stability in the independent pharmacy market, does it?
It does not.
So let me talk about patients for 1 second. The FTC is conducting a major study of PBMs currently. They have initially released some of their findings in a recent statement from the summer. Here is what they said. They said the following. One patient told us she was required by her health insurance carrier to go through PBM's specialty pharmacy, which significantly delayed medication she vitally needed to ensure she could have her baby. She says, "I may have lost the pregnancy because of the delays." Now, Mr. Chancey, that's consistent with your experience with specialty pharmacies, isn't it? Another finding from the FTC. This is dated again, July 20th, 2023. This is from an owner of an independent pharmacy. Quote, "To keep up with the costs of PBM practices and the ever-increasing cost of prescription drugs while keeping the pharmacy doors open, my mom, a pharmacist, was not able to pay her own wage for 4 months in 2019. Now, Mr. Chancey, is that consistent with your own experience? And that obviously is not a sign of stability among independent pharmacies, is it? Now, the FTC at one time actually sent out letters that stated that at the state and local level, any efforts to increase transparency and disclosure for PBMs was somehow against the best interests of consumers. Now, they sent 11 letters out in the last 20 years. On July 20th, they officially withdrew support for those various letters. Let me just tell you about some of those letters very briefly. They said, quote, "Freedom of choice provisions at the New York State level actually increase pharmaceutical costs for patients." They withdrew support from that letter. Another letter that they wrote on September 7th, 2004, again from the Federal Trade Commission to California state legislature, said that these particular bills that you're pursuing with regard to disclosure requirements hurts patients. The FTC has withdrawn support from that letter. And the list goes on and on and on. I have all 11 letters here. This is garbage. The FTC has now officially withdrawn support from all of this guidance. Mr. Chair, I request permission to enter these remnants of these letters into the record.
Without objection to order.
That is what we have from the FTC. The FTC is conducting a wide-ranging study into what PBMs are doing and wreaking havoc on independent pharmacies and hurting consumers. And I can't wait to see that study. Thank you so much, and I yield back.